Hey y'all, I'm back to go over my new book mail, to give a book review of Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan, and to go over the books that I've been reading so far in the month of June. So stay tuned. Welcome back to Books with Kimberly. Don't forget to like, comment, share my channel, and subscribe. I will be completely honest, in the month of June, I have not been reading like I should. I really feel like I haven't been reading at all. I'm proud of myself for getting Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan read, but when it comes to other books, I have definitely been falling short. I have been obsessed with Love Island USA Season 7. If y'all want to talk about it, get down in the comments. But I have been obsessed with watching that every day, watching reviews on TikToks, and so it has really been cutting into the time I would normally spend reading. So let's get into the books that I recently purchased. The first one is Finding Samuel Lowe by Paula Williams Madison. I was so excited to get my hands on this book because my chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated celebrated 50 years. And our guest speaker for our celebration was honorary member Paula Williams Madison. I got to talk with her. She's a great speaker, a great inspiration. I was so excited to have her sign my book. She is an amazing woman, and I cannot wait to get into this memoir. She went on an amazing trip to China to find her roots and find where her family comes from. She has Jamaican roots, Chinese roots, and so I'm really excited to read more about her. A few weeks ago, I decided to go to Books A Million again and search for Plus Size Player by Danielle Allen. The book was not there. I had one of the workers look for it, and they said it should have been right up front with the new releases, but I was very disappointed that we did not have copies. I don't know if it sold out or if they ever had copies, but I decided to go online and purchase Plus Size Player. I have started reading this book, but I don't know, y'all. With 2 days left in the month of June, I'm not sure if I'll be able to get this one finished for my June wrap up, but I'll tell you more about what I've read so far later. The last book I purchased was a book that I've actually read before, but I want to read it again, and I loved it so much that I wanted a physical copy, and that is 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. She actually, in the month of May, I believe, released Audrey and Bash Are Just Friends, which is like book number 2 to 7 Days in June, because Audrey is the daughter of the main female character in 7 Days in June. So I'm really excited to reread this book, especially because there's this TikTok trend going on where people talk about a popular book that they did not like, or unpopular opinion, I did not like this book. And for some reason, the book girlies have been coming for 7 Days in June. And I'm starting to question, did I hype this book up? Because y'all, this was my favorite romance the year that I read it. So I'm excited to reread this book and then read Audrey and Bash Are Just Friends right after. So let's get into my book review of Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan. Y'all, I absolutely love this story. The main female character is Hendrix Berry. And so Hendrix is part of this friend group, 3 best friends. We've already read Yasmin's story and Before I Let Go. This Could Be Us is the story of Soledad. And now we have Can't Get Enough. This is the only book that I have the physical copy, and I knew that I would not regret getting a physical copy of this book. As you can see, I tabbed several pages. All of them are the sweetest romantic moments, some of them funny, but I really enjoyed reading this book. Hendrix Berry is a beautiful plus-size, curvy woman. She is thriving in the entertainment industry. She also has this venture capitalist group that they invest in businesses by Black women, especially smaller businesses that need grants to really help them grow. In comes Maverick Bell. This story gets a little messy because Maverick Bell is actually fresh out of a relationship with a colleague of Hendrix. So the two of them spark this interest, and then it further grows because Hendrix, her mother has Alzheimer's, and she is dealing with being a caregiver. And Maverick, his grandfather passed away from Alzheimer's, so he can relate to what she is going through. So the two of them spark this friendship, this bond over having a shared experience. But of course, those feelings are there. Hendrix does not want to take the risk because she is working on a project with his ex. Maverick is willing to risk it all because he is enamored by Hendrix. And that is what I love so much about this book, is the fact that Maverick was ready to risk it all. He is very close to becoming a billionaire, buying a basketball team. He has several homes, a private plane. Like, this man is rich, rich, rich. Black, handsome, fine, and he wants Hendrix. So I was like, girl, I know that's your colleague and everything, but go ahead and let that go and go ahead and fall in love with Mr. Maverick. I definitely believe that Maverick has risen to be number one on my book husband's list. I'm sorry, Dr. Ezra from Robbie Renee's Somebody's Wife, but I think Maverick has just come in and taken your spot, because the love that he has for Hendrix is just so beautiful. I love that whenever she is in distress, whenever she feels that burden of being a caregiver, of seeing her mom have these moments where she is frustrated because of the illness she's dealing with, Maverick does not mind getting on a plane and getting to his girl. He will stop meetings. He will change up his work schedule to get to her. So I will say, y'all, this book was really good. I feel like it's neck and neck with This Could Be Us. I give this book 5 stars, and I absolutely loved it and recommend that y'all read it. So now let's get into my other June read. I finished up the Dating Playbook by Farrah Rochon. That was a book I started listening to in May. The Dating Playbook is book number 2 in the Boyfriend series by Farrah Rochon. This is Taylor's story. Taylor is a trainer, and she is losing a lot of opportunities because she does not have a degree. So she is in a bind financially. She meets a former NFL player who wants her to train him in secret in order for him to get back into the NFL. I love the relationship blooming between these two characters, so I thought it was super cute and give it 4 stars. I got my Kindle baby out to go over some of the books that I have started reading but have not finished at all. First is Heat of the Moment by BriAnn Danae. I was expecting this book to be similar to Keep You to Myself by BriAnn Danae, but I feel like this book is extremely different. Keep You to Myself, there was this emotional connection that happened as soon as I started reading. But in this book, it starts off kind of spicy. The main character goes to a club because she's celebrating a promotion and moving back to her hometown. Then her friends dare her to have a one-night stand. So it starts off very steamy. The only thing is the writing style was kind of keeping me from really falling into the story. For instance, the book opens up with her celebrating a promotion, but it takes a few chapters for us to find out, A, what the promotion is, and B, where is she moving to? Like, I feel like those are details I be wanting to know right away. And like, if I don't know those details, I get a little impatient. But it is only 200 pages. I believe I'm at the 50% mark. And by me having only 2 days left, I need to go ahead and knock this book out so that I can have more than 2 books finished for the month of June. I'm also reading Titus by Charity Shanae. This is the second book in Rodeo season. I read the other book last month. It's another book that is a short story novella. Currently, I'm listening to a novella on Libby, and that is Passion by Monica Walters. This is a part of the Arranged Hearts series. I think this is a pretty cute book. Arranged Hearts is this matchmaking company where you go on interviews, they survey you, and they match you with your future spouse. And so in Passion, we actually have 2 childhood best friends who are matched, and the 2 of them are doing pretty good at transitioning from best friends to an actual married couple. So So far, so good. I have about an hour left in this one, and then maybe I'll start listening to another book in the Arranged Heart series, because it's several of these books and they're all written by different authors. My last current read is Plus Size Player by Danielle Allen. I was so excited to start reading this book. I will say that so far I'm enjoying it, but there was a moment where I started to question how much I would actually love this book, if I would love it just as much as I love Curvy Girl Summer. This book is about Nina Ford, and she has a deep belief in not putting all of your eggs in one basket. She has a roster of 4 guys who she's dating. She has the fun one, the funny one, the romantic one, and the smart one, and all of them stimulate her differently, but her favorite one currently is the fun one. So the book opens up with her and the fun one going on a date, and they have a night of passion together. And so it starts off really steamy. She is a plus size fashion influencer. I follow so many plus size influencers on Instagram that I think it's really cool that you get to read a story that details the love life of one. I always love plus size representation. My first critique with this book is that it is not plot driven. It is a character driven book. So I gave up on waiting for the inciting incident to kind of tell me what this book is about, what story is about to unfold. And I went ahead and read the back of the book. And reading the back of the book let me know that there is no major plot. And so the theme of this book is her going from having her eggs in different baskets to her transitioning into one career and one romantic interest. I wasn't really expecting this book to be less plot driven, because Curvy Girl Summer had a great plot that I really enjoyed. So I'm kind of feeling a little impatient with this book. And then the other critique that I have is that, y'all, within these 70 pages that I've read, there have been 5 fat shaming moments. I did like her talking about some of the negative comments she gets. People think she's promoting an unhealthy lifestyle. So for every 10 positive comments she gets from plus size women who look up to her, she gets those comments from people who say she's unhealthy and why don't she get off the internet. And so I think that was very real and vulnerable, and I love that. But then these moments where random men at bars are calling her names and saying they would never date a plus size woman, and then she goes to this brand event where there are other models and they start fat shaming her, and they're jealous of her because she's getting brand deals and their brand deals are drying up. And so they believe that the body positivity movement is taking jobs away from them, when that's not true. So I do feel like having 5 fat shaming moments within 70 pages is a little bit too much. And I'm wondering if we're going to continue to get these moments throughout the book. And what's crazy is one of the instances when she was at the bar, we get this dialogue of her going back and forth with these 2 men. And then in the next paragraph, the main character is like, I gave my number to 2 men, but I'm probably not going to link up with them when I'm in New York. That's what I want to hear about. I want to hear the story of you giving your number to these 2 men. Like, where was that? Where were those scenes? I don't want the scene of you being fat shamed by some drunk men at the bar. I just hope that this book isn't full of more fat shaming moments, and that even though it's more character driven, I'll still enjoy it and eat it up like I did Curvy Girl Summer, but I'm not sure at this point. So we'll see. Y'all, that's it for the books I'm currently reading. We'll see if I get anything read, because, child, a new episode of Love Island is dropping tonight and tomorrow. So, hey, I can't make any promises. Get down in the comments and let me know what books you're reading this summer. And thanks again for tuning in to a Books with Kimberly video.